My client Dev just cash collected $30,000 last month while only investing $1,500 into ads. He runs a credit and business funding offer at just 20 years old. Cash collected $30,000, his highest month this year thus far. And in this video, private recording that I had with him and his business partner, I break down every component that we integrated into his business, from his Instagram pin posts, his carousel posts, his start here, his credibility vault, from A to Z on how he was able to produce an over a 15x ROAS. Prior to this, he had been running ads, and when he was doing this, he was not getting the results that he wanted. Why? Because people came in cold, the leads had high resistance, and he was spending on ads just to run into cold traffic, and it was not converting. So I'm gonna release the video right now on how we took his account from point A all the way to point Z. His personal brand got fully revamped, and now has cash collected 30K per month and has now even started a new offer. We do this same exact thing that we did to his business offer that cash collected $30,000 onto his new offer, which is in the credit niche. So enjoy the training. God bless you, and I'll see you here in the next one. People there, the people are just choosing not to follow. Why won't somebody want to follow?
My page isn't set up the right way. It was the same problem we are having on the B2B side.
Exactly. Because
All
you
right, so give me the audit, Joe. I know you did last time with the B2B side. I made some changes and everything like that, but
yeah.
I need that audit.
Yeah. So first, a couple of things, right? Like what type of position do you want to have? Like you can just literally refer to your other page, bro. Like when I look at this page, though it is the same dev, right? I'm looking at this page right here, same page. Look at the quality of the content that is here. Look at the text, the overlay text, just look at the authority that you feel when you come here versus when you click on this. It's a whole different page, bro.
No, it is. That's crazy.
It's a whole different Instagram. I want to follow this guy. This guy, did he just graduate from high school? Like that's the feeling that you're giving the people, bro. That's why the traffic is coming. See, for us, for every time we onboard a client, like we want 100%, bro. People want to run ads. Like, how can I start running ads, bro? We can run your ads right now. Like we can launch ads right now. Ads, all it does is magnify what is already there, especially with Instagram follower ads. You're just magnifying this. And if this right here is not set in place, then people are not going to follow you. Why? Because there's no reason for me to. Like, there's nothing different. When I look over here, bro, it's like, man, like the authority, bro. It's like whatever Dev is doing, bro, I want to be part of this right here because and you change these things up a little bit, which I understand, but the story highlights were all converted. I can, like, we talked about this like 2 weeks ago, bro, and I can almost assure you that you haven't changed them.
Oh,
Or maybe you did. Maybe
I'm
you
on
did.
it. I'm on it. I'm on
Okay,
it.
okay. But not this one over here. Not these over here. Not
See,
these. All this.
see.
All this. That one looks a little bit better, but like this right here, 100 weeks ago, where it's just like just random screenshots, bro. Like people see this. That's what having Instagram follower ads, like that's what it does. It brings people onto your Instagram, and why this is so important to have this right here optimized, to have the post right here optimized, to have your main grid look authoritative. Like I want to listen to this guy. I don't want to feel like I'm listening to somebody, though you might have just graduated. Yes, maybe like a few years ago, but like when you put this on here, like bro, you can very much easily do this right here and transfer this on over there. It's going to give people much higher incentive as to why I should even tap in. You guys remember, maybe we got to go back to the main grid, but the main grid is supposed to give you this aura, it's supposed to give you this authority as this page does, where it's like, bro, like, man, like you, even when we went from this page to this newer, the B2B page, my eye just like right away was like, oh, something was different. You see that?
Even though it's a business page though, like you feel like it's the same sequence.
What you're doing here on your main grid has nothing to do with your offer, right? You're not telling about your offer, right? You're not telling people what it is you do. You're doing what you're doing here is you're promoting your brand, your personal brand. So I'll ask you this: if you're going to go even get something as simple as a haircut, and you're going to look at somebody's Instagram page, right? Do you want the Instagram page that looks like terrible edits, terrible overlay hooks or whatever, or you go to the Instagram page where it's like, bro, there's authority. Like this guy just showcasing his barbershop. He's like the perception that people have of like, man, this guy must be way better. And all it is just the pictures, the images, the actual presentation of what is on the inside. So yes, I'm not saying that we're gonna necessarily for the B2B. It's bro, it comes back to this, like what type of presentation that you want to give to people? Like, what do you want people to feel when they jump onto your main grid? What type of dev do you want them to know and feel? It's like, man, even if it's just credit or if it's building a business or if it's fitness, whatever it is, bro. I want to work with the best. How do I work with the best? When the person who is the best showcases that by the presentation of their Instagram profile.
Understood. So with that being said, like, because I know my personal page, the Credit Man Dev, like, obviously the main grid is optimized, but it's optimized like for being like a personal page built around a personal brand. But with the bit like this page right here in particular, like maybe I do carousels of me standing with clients, getting approved and everything like that, like high quality pictures like that, or like I want to know exactly what you mean by that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, make it very simple. Your main grid has almost nothing to do with your offer. And we've talked about this in the past. Your main grid is your personal brand. Why? People buy and work with those who they like and that they trust. You're building trust and you're building authority with your main grid. If people want to know what it is that you do, first of all, your bio is very clear. Plus, your ads should literally call that person out. So that person who is coming onto your page knows that you do credit. Why? Because they found you with an ad, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They found you with an ad. That the ad is literally talking about how you help people with credit. But when they come onto your page, they found you with an ad. They know what you do, but your page here, your main grid is let me know who this person even is. Why? Because I don't want anybody to work with my credit if I don't like them and if I don't trust them. So you're building trust in the main grid. That's why we have it set up this way. Because when this happens, I'm like, man, I just feel like I trust Dev. Why? Because he looks like he's got something going on for himself, right? Like I don't know what it is, but like I feel the trust. I feel these pictures, like he's clearly got a really good camera. He's really living a lifestyle that like most people in their early 20s are not. So I kind of just trust him already. Oh, and by the way, I clicked on his page because he told me that he helps with credit. So let me actually see what he does. Like, let me see if he even talks about it. Boom. That's what the Reels tab is for. Oh, he does help. Here's a Miro board breaking it down. Here's the client results. Here's the four formats that we talked about in terms of creating content. Now they can go build that trust, as in you're doing it with somebody else. They can align with your purpose, with your higher calling, as in I like you and I trust you because you're doing it for something far greater than just business. And I can see that you actually know what you're talking about because you have your Miro breakdowns right here, breaking down the entire system. Does that
I
make
see.
sense?
No, for sure.
It's very simple, bro. For main page, it's not your offer, it's Dev. It's you showing authority and a presentation that for the eye, people are, bro, there's thousands of people, millions of people posting content every single day, thousands of ads coming up every single day. You got them to click for about 20 something cents. Now get them to stay. That's it. Pretty simple. The reason why for us, though we don't have 15, 20,000, 30,000 followers, but yet the same ads, bro, like I could run obviously like the same ads that we've been running. I've been running some ads for like since 2025, and this is how it's looking every single day. It's looking that way because when somebody finds me, even these creators that have 50K or these business coaches, consultants that are doing that have 100K followers and they come across my page, though this right here may not be like, oh, like he's got 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 people, but you can just see the presentation, bro. Like it gives them this feeling of like, man, I landed on a premium page. People decide that right away within the first 3 seconds. Is this someone that I even want to give a follow? Is this somebody that I can trust? And is this somebody that eventually I would buy from? Because they clicked on this. Why? If they clicked on an ads Miro board, is because they have some interest on ads, but they've already decided that in just 3 seconds. They don't need to spend more time with me, bro. It's just real quick. And then of course the nurturing process will come in the middle of funnel, the story highlights, they'll click on here. They'll see story highlights, they'll see a whole bunch of things coming in like continuously. And that's how the entire funnel gets put together.
So
So
like
with your
question. So even though
Yeah,
that it's a business page, it should still be the same exact format.
correct. Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So like usually the reason that I ask that is 'cause, like most people, let's say just in our niche specifically, like I don't know if it's because that's what we've seen and that's what we've been exposed to. Like most of the people that's in our industry, like their business page is treated like a business page to where it's not as much, authority being built. It's just straight educational value based X, Y, and Z. So what would you say is the difference between the two? And like would you say one brings in a certain caliber of clients in a low quality way or high quality way compared to two? Like what would you like to compare just to compare and contrast? Because honestly speaking, like I was thinking about running ads on my business page myself personally. Um But at the same time, I know it's like it's gonna be a business page, but at the same time, it's not like a personal page. So you want to kind of keep it on the business side. So like, just your 2 cents on that.
Yeah, for sure. The market is changing and it has been changing. We're moving into a complete like, bro, do you in 2026 moving into 2027, I have seen people from years ago that were doing 100K months, 200K months. And God bless them, bro, but they're no longer here. I don't see them in the game anymore. Like they're not doing anything no more. Why? Because they were just posting value, 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 value. The market
Mhm.
now has is shifting now into this personal brand. Like I want to follow a personal brand. People are on Instagram, billions of people are on Instagram every single day. And what is getting people to actually move the needle forward and want to work with you versus everybody else has almost nothing to do with the value on the forefront. Yes, they want to know that, but the first thing that they're looking at is who is this guy? Who is Sean? Like why do I want to listen to Sean? People always want to move into that giving value and testimonials and like here's my systems, which you should definitely include. But before you get to that stage, it's like why should I even listen to Sean? And the why should I listen to Sean the way that you said it right now? Everybody else in my industry is doing this way. The way to stand out, the way to actually win in any industry is by creating a niche within a niche. And that niche is you. Like you're not in there. People who say, bro, like, oh man, the info space is too crowded, it's too many people. Like, no, that's yeah, there's a lot of people, but that in fact should tell me that then there's a great demand in there. People that are in there. The hard part, quote unquote hard until you figure it out, is how do I get into that niche and stand out? And the way to stand out is going back to how God called us to be. He said, be holy, for I am holy. The word holy means to be set apart, meaning it's different. You're different. If you go into this niche and you do what everybody else is doing, you're going to be like everybody else. You make yourself a one of many. If I go into the niche and I do the complete opposite, which is I'm going to build the personal brand, I'm going to build Sean. I'm going to come out there and give value, but I'm going to give value in the form of Sean. What makes me so different, bro? It's that you were created in the image of God. So I could showcase that. And now when people are looking for people, which there's thousands of people even in the credit space, why would I choose Sean and Dev over everybody else? Well, if they're doing what everybody else is doing, well, they're just probably like everybody else. I'm just going to follow whoever has better value, better testimony, better client results. But if they're doing something completely different, which is they're showcasing quote unquote the personal brand, I just want to work with them because I align with their values,
Yeah.
I align with their motives, I align why they're doing it, and man, the way that they treat their clients, and of course they get client results. Like I want to go there.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. So like, so basically what I'm getting from it is like, even though it's a business page, it still should be treated as if like, it's a personal brand in the same way.
100%. So like the look at the best brands, bro. Like in the entire world right now, we can compare every single one of them. Let's look at an Alex Hormozy, right? One of the best brands. Yeah, he first years ago started with just value, 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 value. Like if you go back to the gym launch days, just value, value, value. He still gives a lot of value. But notice, like he literally what we like he identified his pillars onto what things he wants to talk about, bro. You just saw him, I don't know if you just saw him on a George Jacob podcast. He's always talking about his life with his wife, right? Like he's always talking about these different components of his life so that it attracts that person, things that make
Mhm.
him so unique. Look
Yeah.
at, for instance, another example, bro. Let's talk about some of the best brands in the world. Like when you think about an Andrew Tate, literally, you think that he's, bro, like he's not living this life like the way that he is like every single day. Like it is part of his life, but he just showcases it so well. You think
Yeah.
of Tate, you think of the Cobra, you think about the Bugatti, you think about like this masculine like type of energy that he brings. Like you just he does that, bro. He knows that when he's on like when he's creating content, that's all that he's talking about. You think, for
Yeah.
instance, about an Iman Gatti. Like, what do you think about when Iman Gatti? You think about this nice watch, but it's a very nonchalant watch. You think about him loving his mom, bro. He loves his mom. Everybody knows that he loves his mom, right? Because he just
Mhm.
put that message over and over, so he attracts that type of person.
That type of person. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So with
Makes sense.
Sean, it's like, bro, like what we've done is you identify your three biggest pillars on what makes you different, bro. Like what makes you different. First, what makes you different in your own eyes and how you want to present yourself, but also why we have these onboarding forms. And I'll send you guys the onboarding form. We just actually cranked up an entire new one. I'll send you guys the entire template on it. But
Yeah.
like this onboarding form, people will tell you, like they will literally tell you why they chose you over everybody else. And you get three pillars for us. You got to like really know these pillars. For me, I know people differentiate me because of my boldness in speaking about the gospel and my team and how we talk about the gospel. That's different, bro. Like, not everybody is doing that. And in fact, not enough people. I pray that more people would do that, but they're not. Two,
Mhm.
it's the value, right? Yes, we go on there, bro. We go on YouTube and we break things down that people would pay 4 or 5 figures for. Like, we just break it down. We just lay it on out. right? When we do those two things, then like the third thing is we go in there and we showcase a whole bunch of results. We just showcase results. Why the story highlight vault? Why we're continuously posting story sequences. When you do that, when you think of Joe and in people's mind, they're always thinking about, man, he's doing it for the Lord. He's giving the best result. He's getting the best results, but he's also giving a lot of value in how he's doing it. So that's what they think about when they think about our brand.
Yeah. Okay.
Make
Makes
sense?
sense. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. A lot of sense. Because that was just like honestly speaking, like that's why I say I asked that question because it just opened my eyes that like I'm saying we're really just going along with a lot of people that's in the space, just duplicating that. And our perspective is, like molded to have that type of mindset or just, just because that's what the whole space is doing, or not even space is doing, but just a lot of people that's in our industry, they have or they're running their page a certain way, their model a certain way. So it's like we're molded to seeing a few different things ran a certain way. So that's why I wanted to ask that question, just to get a little bit more clarity and just to compare and contrast, honestly.
Yeah. Sean, would you say that you're good at what you do, bro? Like you actually know how to actually fix people's credit?
Yeah, for sure.
You're good. You're good. Do you have a system?
Yeah,
Yeah, a process,
yeah, for sure.
right? So with that, like, is your system though it gets results, really, bro? Like in credit or any industry, like, yeah, there might be some changes on how you go about things, but do you think that somebody else, or maybe in a couple hundred, or maybe in a couple thousand people out there in the space, also don't have a system that is like maybe the same as yours, maybe even better, maybe a little bit, but it still gets the result, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is like, what's the difference between you and them?
Hmm.
Maybe not the system. The system might be similar in how you get credit removed, how you get all these things that are hurting your credit score, whatever it may be. Like that might be the same for most people. It's like going to the gym, bro. It's like I can go with this coach who's going to get me jacked, or that coach is going to get me jacked. Yeah, the system might be a little bit different, but what makes me choose one or the other?
Yeah,
Them, like them.
makes
And
sense.
the way to actually stand out, bro, I'm not saying to not be a student of the game. Be a student of the game. Like, look at what other people are doing. But really, the moment that you can actually trust in who God created you to be and run with that, that's when everything's going to break through. I'll tell you what, bro, like from my account, like over the last couple of weeks, like we just made a decision to stop following anybody who's in the info space. These bigger guys, bro, who a lot of people are learning from, bro, like the Nick settings, the Suez and whatnot. Like we just completely stopped listening to them. Why? Because you find yourself when you start like following those trends, you start becoming what they're doing, what they're building. And the way to become different is like, I trust that I can get the client result. I can get client results. So therefore, I'm just going to trust in the Lord and follow him and create content according to my creativity, not according to their creativity, but according to what he's instilling in me. Like what you were just saying right now with Dev. You said we were on the phone and I got like 3 different content ideas. Those came by the Spirit of God, but those came to you. And when they came to you, they're going to be very different than what other XYZ, Bob and John are doing in the credit space.
Yeah, makes sense. Got you on that for sure.
Any other
So,
questions?
Not at
all
all.
the,
Yeah, Dev? What was that, Dev?
I don't know. This is like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, wow. Because, like, that just really gave me a whole different perspective that I never even thought of um, on the business page side of things. Because I've always thought, like, so what is the point of me even running the model on the business page if I'm just going to be using the same personal? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Kind of messed my head up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a good thing, bro. Yeah, you're gonna break through. You're gonna break through too. Like, let's clear it up though. Like, you're saying, what's the difference between your B2B account versus your B2C account, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you're asking?
the first one's just a personal page, and the other one's just a business page.
Right, right. So I'll clear it up in this manner, bro. Like our page, it's a business page, bro. Like in fact, like I don't even like respectfully, and I love them, and they know this. Like I don't follow any family or friends or anything like that. It's a business page. Instagram is a business page completely. Now, the way to succeed in business is to build this business page through a personal brand. Simple.
Okay.
Why is it that when Alex Hermosi drops anything, bro, he could drop lead magnet, he could drop anything, you're buying, or like you're like, man, I gotta take advantage of this, or I gotta jump on this webinar because he built the personal brand. Why is it that when Myron Golden drops something, why, bro? Because when you go into his YouTube, when you go into his actual like content, it's him, bro. It's Myron Golden. Nobody in the world can do what Myron Golden does. No one in the world can do what Alex Hermosi does. No one can do it the way that Iman Gatti does it. Why? Because They built the personal brand. They didn't build a business value. They build a brand. And in that brand, when people come to them, it's very clear what they do because you just, bro, people are smart enough. Let me click on the YouTube. Oh, the YouTube actually tells me how to actually fix my credit. Perfect. But I like Dev and Sean because of their brand. I like him because of them. And because of them, now I want to go listen to what they have to say. But if I'm only telling people what to, like, bro, I can literally go into ChatGPT and Claude, probably figure something out on how to actually do much better than what I'm doing now. But I want to go listen from the coach, the consultant. But why do I want to go listen from the coach and consultant? Because he's built a brand that makes me align and connect to him. I want to go learn from Dev, learn from Sean.
See. Okay. Do you have like any clients that's running this model on their business page, or most of them are all just on a personal page? Just to give like a reference.
So help me understand what you think of when you say business page versus personal page. Like what goes into your head? What are you referring to there?
When we say that, I'm thinking like lifestyle pictures and everything like that. Like me, um, let's see, I'll share my screen actually.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more of like stuff like this, like being on the business page. Like I never would have thought to post things like this on the business page. Um, I would have thought like more of like reels and like client testimonials or even top of the funnel. Like if we're not doing like the middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, on the main grid, just top of the funnel where it's like me talking and everything like that. Because you said like that personal brand with the on the front end and everything like that. They want to buy because it's me. So like basically sit downs of me talking and everything like that, where it's not more so me saying anything that has to do with my offer. I don't know.
Yeah,
Honestly
no,
speaking.
you're still going to talk about your offer, bro. It's very simple. Like this is how we run it, and this is how we run it with every one of the clients that we brought. And this is literally what we had done with you guys, and why I was producing the results that it was even for the B2B offer. Main page, bio, optimized, very optimized. What it is that you do? Main grid is no more than 12 to 15 images that showcase who you are. Now, Reels Grid, you're telling exactly what it is you do. You're producing, in that case, on the B2B, it was like Myro videos, it's going to be client testimonials, it's going to be client calls, it's going to be masterminds, it's going to be everything about what your offer is. That's what you consider now, quote unquote, the business side. It's on your Reels tab, but your main grid, it's your aura section as to why do I want to even click on the Reels tab? It's that simple. Your main grid, it's just images, it's carousels, it's lifestyle, it's faith, it's your greater mission. It's like images of who Dev is. And then your Reels grid is value, credibility, education, and you showcasing even that greater why through Reels, through top of funnel videos. It's that
All right,
simple.
cool. Can I give you an example of let me see. It's one of these guys in the space. Now I like his main grid. But I'm gonna try to give you an example just because I might actually try to build my business page out. Um, but the main grid, right? Boom. Well, not point. I'm gonna point out specific posts on his page though. Not so don't just take away. It's not like every specific post, but like there's certain posts that I would have on my business page, like you said, to build that aura. But at the same time, I wouldn't. I'm gonna just go to my page real quick. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to have like a too much of a lifestyle type of approach since it's a business page, right? So just keep that in mind. So when you say business page, you mean stuff like so, right? That's a real. It was some other ones too. It's things like this one right here. This is a solid one, like right here as well. Stuff like, well, just a thumbnail specifically. Um, what else? Stuff like this right here with the client testimonial, things like that. Do you think we should put on our business page? Since at the same time, since it's a business page, we don't want to have we still want to have that brand, right? But at the same time, we don't want to have that brand as if towards like a too much of a lifestyle type of brand. We want to build the business brand, if that makes sense. You see where I'm going
Yeah.
here? But that
Yeah,
do you
no.
think like for us it would be like a better approach just based off like I'm gonna try to show. Let's see. I'm gonna try to pull up another example for you. 'Cause I'm gonna give you like visuals so you can have like a better understanding of like where that's coming from. Let's see. Where is Reyes? Like boom.
That's a terrible example.
Or Reyes?
Yeah,
So who's that use? Who's that use?
Barry boy.
Okay. I have. Yeah. All right, cool. So something like that, right? Compared to something like this. I want your take on this. Boom. Like for his main grade, and this is kind of I would say
Wait,
this is
go,
like
go.
his
Okay.
yeah, I about to say like this is his like main. I don't know. I would assume this is his main profile, but like I don't know if it's his business, like he's using his business. I'm not too sure. But like for our business page and like the approach that like based off will be giving you the feedback and stuff like that, our opinions and stuff, like which one do you think would be better approach? But like when we say business page, this is what we think in our head, like everything that's here. Ton of reels on the main grid, you know, ton of credibility. Even when we go to the reels tab, it's still, you know, reels more, it's even more reels, I would say. So like what's your take on those?
Yeah. I go based on what the algorithm, like I go based on the market. When I go through a story sequence, right, and why we do this, we just literally go in what the market, what the audience is looking for. When you look at a story sequence, Sean, are you thinking about a static image or are you thinking about a video?
A story sequence? I'm not sure. I don't want to get the wrong answer.
No, it's very simple, bro. When you go click on a couple stories right now, like what do you see? Static images or videos?
Uh, like on which page?
Anybody. Just go to your Instagram right now
Mm-hmm. For the most
and
part, you
go to
can.
the main page. Huh?
Oh, like normal stories, actual stories.
Yeah, actual stories, right? Because it's called Instagram stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will put a story sequence on it, meaning that's why we literally have mastered those story sequences and writing stories. It's like people go on there expecting a story from Instagram with copy. And yes, you can incorporate here some B-roll or maybe even a video here and there, but like I'm just working with what the audio, what it was created for. When you think about Instagram, the main grid was actually created for images. It was created for images and for carousels. So I put images and carousels there. When you think about Reels, if people want to see what we do, they'll go into the Reels tab and they'll watch videos because now that person is saying, I want to watch a Reel, so I'm going to watch a Reel on his Reels tab. On the main grid, I just want to see who this person is. I don't necessarily want to watch a Reel. And that's why we keep it short. We don't keep like more than 50 images or anything. Like you want to keep anywhere between 12 to 15 images on the main grid. Now that they've gotten that glance, all it does is it provokes them to like, boom, I actually want to listen to this guy. Let me go on the Reels tab. Now I'm going to the Reels tab, feeling like I want to listen to what Sean and Dev actually have to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we do it that way. It is still a business page, but the best businesses will always succeed based on the personal brand. A great example of this, bro. Like this, I don't even know like his actual name. We were on a trip and Eric was listening. We were driving and Eric was listening to the guy that created Bloom. What's his name?
I know exactly who you're talking about. Big buff guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
Bloom.
seen one of his videos the other day. I know
Greg.
exactly who you're talking about.
Greg. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Did it make you want to go buy a Bloom somehow? Like when next time you see it? Yeah.
For
Because the
sure.
personal brand, bro. Like just because of the personal brand. Like he was just dropping game in there. He was just being him. He didn't even talk about Bloom. I can almost assure you from that. But like, bro, we have Blooms in the fridge right now. Why? Because of the personal brand, bro. It's they're building a business, but people are always going to buy from individuals, bro. People buy from people. So when you build a brand up, whatever you sell, bro, whether it be credit, whether it be whatever it may be, like if it's credit, if it's B2B offer, if it's coaching, if it's consulting, like they've already trusted you. So they trust that whatever it is that you have on this end for the right people who are going to be finding that or seeking that. How do I ensure that it's the right people seeking that? Well, I run ads that are speaking directly to that people, to those people. But when they come onto your page, they're like, man, I thought it was like you literally pattern interrupt everything in their minds. Like it's gonna be like every other guy, but no, instead it's different. They're set apart. Why? Because no one can emulate you and your lifestyle and who you are. And that's why we showcase that on the main grid with minimal images, 12 to 15 on the main grid. And that just gets them enough to boom, let me go check out a reel. Now they know exactly what they do. We use specific pin reels. The first one being a system, the second one like a story, the third one is like a client testimonial. Now they know exactly what you do and they trust you because of the main grid. That's how I run the play.
Got you. Okay, cool. I might do that. I might not run it on this page for sure. Okay. I see. I got a lot of, that make a lot of sense.
Yeah. And when we do that, Dev, like everything's gonna change, bro. On like you're saying that your creatives were not that great, which this is how I always go back from the data, bro. Like, yes, if my what I think of when my creatives are not quote unquote great, I think of my cost per profile visit was over 50 cents. And yes, also my cost per follower, maybe it might have been higher than that. Or if you didn't get any followers, it's like, okay, so what was my cost per profile visit? Like what your cost per profile visit is telling you is that the creative is actually bringing a lot of people. Now the question goes back to or am I bringing the right people? And that goes down to the messaging of the creative. Like I didn't hear the entire like video, but I know this that your creative is actually bringing people for very, 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 very cheap. They're just either one of two things, not the right people, And that would be regarding your creative, but it seemed like it was a credit type of creative. So it's either not the right people, or two, the page that they're landing on is not what they want to go ahead and give a follow to. It's not enough for them to want to give them a follow. It's not built out.
Okay. Still a little all over the place right now, you know. Um, but yeah,
What
no,
I mean, is
that
it
makes sense.
all over the place? As in, like, is it confusing to you, or is it like,
It's not that it's confusing. It's just like contradicting on like I, I don't know. I don't know. It's just maybe I'm bugging. That's what I'm saying. But like I understand. I understand. Like I get exactly what you're trying to say. It's just more so just like a well, first of all, like what I've been noticing is that like people would like, for example, someone will come off my business page, right? Per se, they come up with follower ads, they see all the educate the credibility as far as like the credit goes on my business page. They'll click on my personal page and they'll actually DM me on my personal page if if not, or they'll go back to my business page, or but they might end up just following me on both pages and closing on the business page. So I'm just all over the place because I understand the personal brand, but like the thing, it's not even that. It's not even the personal brand. I understand. That's why I changed the logo, my profile picture from a logo to a picture of me and putting my name on the actual business page itself. It's just the main grid that is messing my head up right now because of just pictures. I don't even I can't even fathom that on the business side with not putting like credibility based creatives and education based creatives of like me talking or top of the funnel like just me sharing my beliefs on the main page with like just talking to the audience and everything like that.
ready? Ready for it? Blow your mind a little bit more? Yeah?
Whoa, whoa, Joe,
Ready?
Joe,
Yeah?
Yeah.
Joe, Joe.
Here it is, bro. Ready? Last month was your highest what?
That's was my highest cash collected month.
It was your highest cash collected month. Okay? Why? Because you ran the play. When you guys came to partner with me and you guys paid me to work with you guys and tell you guys the systems, you paid me because I knew something that you guys didn't, and you followed the play and ran with it. Otherwise, why would you pay me, bro? Like, why would you pay me if what I'm doing and what I'm building out for my clients is not going to benefit for you guys? You saw the results. You had the highest cash collected month. Why? Because you just ran the play. So when you go into learning from somebody who's doing something that you want to build for your page, like for me, bro, when I go into the gym, yesterday I was with somebody who's literally competing, bro. Like I'm there, I'm like, you tell me what to do, bro. That's it. I'm gonna run the play. And if I run the play and it doesn't work, then really like I'm gonna take accountability and ownership. But like that's why you choose who you're going to work with. And when you do work with them, bro, run the play. You run the play, you end up with the highest cash collected month in your business because it's not supposed to make sense. If it did make sense, you would have already been doing it, and you and I would not be talking right now about this.
Let's see.
Just run the play, bro. Just run the play. Run the play, run the fall ads, bro. Change up the story highlights. Make it the way that it was for B2B, but just obviously change up the actual carousel, the story highlights, the testimonials. But bro, like people buy from marketing. What you're not doing a great job of doing right now is showcasing yourself in such ways where I want to trust you with my credit. I want to trust you with you working with me. I want to trust you with giving you my social security. I want to trust you with telling you about like what for many people is like it's deep, bro. Like I'm at 500 credit score. Like I need help. I need to go tell this guy all about my problems and all the bad decisions that I made. Why? Oh, just because he's posting a whole bunch of credit things? No, man, like, bro, I like this guy. This guy's like talking about the Lord. I like this guy. Like, this guy's talking about how like this credit fixing is actually going to help me eventually be able to advance the plans and things that God has for my life. Man, I trust this guy. He's talking about how it's never been about like the money and all of this, but it was really about having that peace that I can look at my credit score and not think like, man, I got this huge credit card payment coming in. Like that's what people buy, bro. Like that's what people want. And you building out your profile in this way is you're giving the people what they want. What are your thoughts? Good?
Put it down mine. Surely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And is this simple, bro, Dev? Like, in fact, like it just makes it actually makes it very, 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 very easy to follow, bro. It's like your main grid is just You could keep it at 12 to 15 images, and then all those videos that you're thinking of right now that you want to post for credibility and to showcase your system, showcase the results, you can still post those, but on the Reels grid. That's it. It's that simple.
So you want me to reuse the pictures that I got on my like Credit Man Dev account and then post them on the BP Credit Show?
You can reuse those, or you can take new ones. Like you could take new ones, you could reuse those. Like it's just continuously updating that main grid to showcase you. It could be pictures with your clients, it could be pictures, bro, with bro, whatever you want to showcase on this end. Note that this is the main grid is like it's showcasing who you are, bro. For us, like it can even be like so it can be personally, like again, we're still like transitioning fully onto that, bro. But like really it can even be top of funnel videos where you're talking about like it's giving that presentation though. So even if it's a top of funnel video, like what you want to do is like clip it in such a way where it's still when people click on the picture on the profile, it's still giving that aura. But yes, simply add in those images, make it not no more than 12 to 15 post, and change up the story highlights to not look like the way that they do now, but like still take that information and just make it much more presentable, the way that you did with B2B. Simple. You good?
Yeah, we good.
And if you have
Let's
any
go.
questions on that, let me know regarding that. Any other questions, bro?
Not on my end.
Cool, cool for sure, bro. And I mean, bro, the best way that I could describe it is just the way that you came in with the like when you guys came in 3 months ago and you went through the school and you implemented everything, bro, step by step. You literally just went through the modules and you followed the play and you ran it for the B2B. It's the same thing that we have to do for the B2C. It's like unlearning what you just did on the B2B side and not necessarily unlearning it, but like putting it to the side because it's no longer the B2B, but it's still running the same marketing play because that's what we're doing, marketing. But now for your B2C, incorporating the B2C idea. So if you have to go back to those modules and like, okay, what did we put here? What was the start here? What was the carousel? Doing the same exact thing, but now for your B2C offer.